going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 23 Ultimate Team video. In today's video, we're going to be going over the best defensive ends currently in MUT 23 at every single budget. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, if you like it, if it helps you out, make sure you go ahead and click that thumbs up button. Shows a lot of support on the channel, helps the videos get noticed. Also, if you're brand new here, you are searching on YouTube for MUT 23 content, whether it's how to make coins, how to get free players, how to build your ultimate team, you found the right channel for everything. Stay a while, click that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on as well so you guys are alerted when we drop additional videos. Let's get right on into it. So we got defensive ends today. This series is catered for all of you that are looking to make a change or upgrade at a specific position. A lot of times when I'm live streaming on Twitch, people come into the chat, they say, Pop, I got 300k, I need a left end, I need a right end, who do I pick up? So that's what we're going to cover. But before we get into the players, and this is something that I know you've heard me say before if you watch my other videos, I just want to go over abilities with defensive ends because they don't work very well right now. There's so many offensive linemen with secure protector, edge protector, and all of these 0 AP abilities that defensive pass rush abilities aren't really effective. So the main things that we're going to be looking for, and we'll talk about it in all of these cards, are 0 AP abilities or spending maybe no more than 1 to 2 AP on your entire defensive line, aside from a special aka X Factor, which will be on some of these cards we go over. But let's go ahead and start with our best defensive ends under 100k. For the most part, I tried to find a left and a right end at each price point for you. Some cards were there, some weren't, so we'll do our best and give you the best options. Under 100k, the first one at left end is going to be Campus Hero 93 overall Danielle Hunter. This was one of my favorite budget cards at the time that it came out, and I mean, it's still really a great budget option. The only problem is he doesn't get the greatest of abilities at this point in the year, but you can find this Hunter card for well under 100k, on average going for about 66,000 coins, 92 speed, 92 finesse move, 91 power move, 91 block shed, only 84 strength though. Of course, if you're spending under 100,000 coins on a card at this point in the year, you're gonna have to take a little bit of an L on certain attributes, and that is definitely his. He gets no outsiders for 1 AP and edge threat for 2 AP. I wouldn't use either of those abilities. This is really just a budget card, even if it's a backup defensive end to substitute in for occasional help at the pass rush, you can use it, but I wouldn't waste any AP on this card. The other under 100k defensive end, it's going to be at right end, is Blitz / Redux MONTEZ Sweat, 94 overall card with 92 speed, 94 finesse move, only 81 power move. He's just not really known for that, but he does give you 90 block shed, 94 acceleration. The main draw from this card was his speed, which this card came out in November around Thanksgiving time. It's a bit outdated at this point. You can find it for about 96,000 coins, but he does get unpredictable for 0 AP, so that's one of those abilities that isn't amazing, but it's a 0 AP ability, so you might want to look into using it. And then also defensive rally, he can get that for 1 AP. If you're unaware, that ability helps your entire defensive line on 3rd and 4th down. So if you have one of those on your defensive line, it's great. There's a few players we're going to go over in a moment that have it for 0 AP, but if you need a budget option that gets defensive rally for 1 AP, MONTEZ Sweat is your guy. For the best pass rushers or defensive ends under 150k, at left end we have Team of the Week, Eagles legend JEVON KEARSE. This card was so far ahead of its time when it first came out, and it's still a really viable card, especially on a Legends theme team or an Eagles theme team. 92 speed stock, 96 finesse move, 93 power move, 97 block shed, acceleration's very good at 94 as well. He's about 138,000 coins, gets Speedster for 0 AP. There's another one of those abilities that isn't overly effective, but if you have the slot where you get it for 0 AP and you're not using it on anything else, might as well make sure you equip it. He does also get double or nothing for 1 AP, which is one of my favorite abilities on defensive ends. On the right side, for the best DN under 150k, we have Bruce Smith, his legend card, which on average goes for about 148k. The only problem with this card, he is a little bit slower compared to some of the cards we've seen with 91 speed here, but he does give you 96 block shed, 95 power move, 93 finesse, acceleration's great, strength is good, tackle's good. You have to power him up, which which means you have to spend more coin to get his good discounted abilities. He does get Edge Threat Elite for 2 AP. I wouldn't recommend spending that much. I believe he gets double or nothing for 1 AP as well. I would save my coins or just buy the JEVON Curse. If you happen to need a right and a left end, you're gonna have to save up to get somebody a little bit better, because you're probably gonna end up spending another 30, 40, 50, 60k, somewhere around there, just to power them up. And at that point, you're better off just buying a player that's gonna come after this point in the video. So let's go ahead and move on, and this one's absolutely worth it. These are gonna be our best defensive ends under 250k. There weren't really any good options under 200k. We have JJ Watt, the Milkman. This is going to be one of a few cards that we go over here that can get Unstoppable Force, which is an activated X Factor that goes live for 5 plays. And this is the best way to get pass rush right now. We talked about it at the top of the video with how ineffective some pass rushing abilities are. Unstoppable Force, which is that X Factor, is not one that's neutralized by offensive linemen's abilities. You can get it activated for 1 AP. Now, Watt is going to be your best card on a budget to get that X Factor for 1 AP, but he also only has 91 speed, 95 finesse move, 97 power move, and 97 block shed. A lot of people have moved him, and then there's a couple other players we'll talk about in a moment, but moved him to defensive tackle and then still went with 2 unstoppable forces on the edge. So 3 of them on their defensive line together. He goes for about 225k. You don't need to power him up to get that unstoppable force for 1 AP. If you want to add on abilities, you will have to power him up, which is going to cost you a little bit more. He can get El Toro for 0 AP or double or nothing for 1 AP. And then on the right side of the defensive line, we have Redux / Super Bowl LTD. Actually, no, Playoff LTD, Aaron Donald. This is another pretty good budget option, about 231k, 93 speed, 95 finesse move, 96 power move, 96 block shed. He gives you good acceleration, good strength, good tackle. He can get El Toro for 0 AP, double or nothing for 1 AP, or Edge Threat Elite for 2 AP. We only have one defensive end under 300k that I'm going to recommend here, and it's another AKA card. He gets the Blitz X Factor. It's MADMAXX Crosby, 97 overall. I haven't used that one. It's not as good as Unstoppable Force, so I wouldn't spend the AP on it. But if it's worked for you, you can go ahead and use it or continue to use it. 301,000 coins, so he's 1,000 over our budget, but there just weren't really any good cards well under 300k, so this is the one we're going to go with. He does get a lot of good abilities. You do have to power him up, which of course is going to cost you a little bit more, but Defensive Rally for 0 AP, Secure Tackler for 1 AP, which is a great ability, either that or Tackle Supreme on defensive ends, defensive tackles, linebackers, sub-linebackers. We talked about this in a video yesterday when we went over all of the best abilities for all of your defense. We'll link that one down below in the comment section as a pinned comment to go check it out. 2 other abilities that he can get, Double or Nothing or Edge Threat Elite, both 1 AP on this MADMAXX Crosby. Next up, we have the best defensive end of under 400k. Again, we could only find one, and it's going to be Ultimate Legend DWIGHT Freeney. I do want to point out that this card was not amazing for me when I used him, but I also probably gave up on him too fast. The weekend that he came out, I used him on Saturday, and I think that following Monday, and then I got rid of him. So this card has good attributes. I don't know how well he's going to play for everybody. He was a little down for me, but again, I don't think I gave him enough time. 360,000 coins for Freeney. If you power him up with that art item that you're going to earn from solo challenges, so you can do that for free. You just got to play a couple solos. You can get the final ability bucket is going to give him either Defensive Rally, Double or Nothing, or Run Stopper for 0 AP. In that case, if you don't have a Defensive Rally player on your D-line, I would go that route. If you do, I would go Double or Nothing, and he also can get Edge Threat Elite for 1 AP. Best defensive end under 450k, only one option. It's going to be Honors Nick Bosa, 94 speed, 98 finesse move, 93 power move, 99 stock block shed, tackle acceleration, great strength, a little bit low. He's going to get no outsiders for 0 AP, and then he can get either Tackle Supreme, Double or Nothing, or Edge Threat Elite for 1 AP. Great thing about this card is he is an LTD. It's a little bit rare on the auction house at this point, but if you can find him for about 425k, which is his average price, he quick sells for 350k, so he makes a great rental, even though this card is over a month old. I had him on my No Money Spent squad for a while. played fairly well, but when I was done, when I was ready to move on, I actually sold him for a little bit over 400k, so I made the majority of my coins back. And even if he, you know, really dips in value, the most you're going to lose is going to be about 75k, assuming you can buy him at that 425 price, because he quick sells for 350k. And the same thing's going to go for both of our defensive ends under 500k. The first one is Mario Williams, LTD from the Combine promo, 94 speed, 95 finesse move, 98 power move, 98 block shed, 98 strength, very good. His acceleration's a bit low there, but there are strategy items that boost that you can put on for free. He goes for exactly 500,000 coins, defensive rally or double or nothing for 0 AP, edge threat elite for 1 AP. And again, he's an LTD, quick sells for 350k, so you're looking at about 150,000 coin rental for him at left end. And if you need a right end, you can go with Jason Taylor. Now, if you listen to my videos over the weekend, you could have got him for about 430, 440, 450k. He's gone up in price, not too much since then. He's at about 497,000 coins on average, but he is an LTD, so same thing goes like with Mario Williams and that honors Nick Bosa. He's a great rental option here, and a fairly new card, obviously, just coming out this weekend. 497k on average. He gets Edge Threat Elite for 0 AP or Double or Nothing for 0 AP. And both of those abilities are also available in the second ability bucket for 1 AP. So you can potentially get both of them for a total of 1 AP. I have him on my No Money Spent squad right now, and that's the combination of abilities that I went with. Now, the best defensive end, and probably one of my favorites, under 600k, is going to be Gregory Groot Rousseau. This card on average goes for about 558k, and he does get that unstoppable force X factor like the Milkman JJ Watt. This card has been fantastic for me on my main account. He can get unstoppable force for 1 AP. If you want to power him up and spend a little bit more coin, you can. That would give him either defensive rally or double or nothing for 0 AP. Great combination there. And if you really want to go crazy, I wouldn't recommend it, but you can go Edge Threat Elite for 1 AP. I would just go unstoppable force and double or nothing, or unstoppable force and defensive rally if you don't have one of them on your offensive line. But I think for that price, given that X factor, this is worth it if you're looking for a big upgrade on your defensive line and you can afford it. Now, before we get into the best card at defensive end, I just want to point out Reggie White, because one would think a 99 overall card. Look at all of these great attributes: 94 speed, 96 finesse move, 99 power move, 99 block shed. You would think this card is amazing, and he gets really, really good abilities. Unfortunately, this card extremely underwhelming for me. He gets all 32 team chems. I have him on a 50-50 Eagles team, but he was so underwhelming that he's still on my team, but he's a backup because I have Gregory Groot Rousseau on the squad. I have Shaq Maniac Leonard, which is an outside linebacker, so we're not going to include him in this video, but he does get one of those X factors, the unstoppable force X factors, so that's a viable card on your defensive line. DeMarcus the Tank Lawrence, another one, but really, really expensive, so I didn't want to include him in the video because I think he's still well over 1 million coins. I think the best card is going to be George Karlaftis, Furious George. And I know you're probably looking at the 92 speed and saying, Pop, come on, but I'm telling you, this card gets money. And you want to know why it gets money, or you know how you can tell? If you look at his price when he first came out, he was like 450, 500k. He's up to about 800,000 coins. A lot of people are using this card. Some are even subbing him in at defensive tackle as well. But he has 99 acceleration, 98 strength, 92 finesse move, 98 block shed, 97 power move. And above all of that, he gets the unstoppable force X factor, which is such a game changer right now. So on my No Money Spent squad, I have this card. On my main team, I have Maniac and Groot. Couple good things about this card are that he's an LTD, so he's going to always maintain at least that 350k quick sell value, but also you don't need to buy anything else to power him up, and you can get double or nothing for 0 AP. So you can go with that plus the unstoppable force X factor for only 1 AP total. I still think even at this price, he's definitely worth it. And he gets a bunch of different theme teams of teams that he didn't play for, all of the teams that played internationally this year, because of that free Team of the Week card that you could earn earlier in the year. Those carried over to this one. Also, before we get out of here, just want to point out cards like Team of the Year, MADMAXX, CROSBY, and Nick Bosa. You may have noticed we talked about their 97 overalls, but not their 98 overalls. The price difference between the two cards, not worth it. I've used all 4 of those cards, and I noticed no difference between the 97s versus the 98s. So when it comes to those cards, I would buy the 97s to save yourself some coin, and obviously you're still going to get the same production, at least I did. But there you have it. Those are the best defensive ends in the game for every budget. Let me know which ones you're rocking down below in the comment section. Thank you for watching. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.